Neural Amp Modeler Architecture 2, or the A2, is here, and I'm pretty impressed. I used to connect my favorite drive pedal to the FX loop of my anagram until I created a capture of it, and now I run it all through the box. But how hard is it to do, and how exactly do you make a capture? This video is the full answer. Every step in order, using the EBS Billy Sheehan Ultra pedal as the demo pedal. By the end of this video, you'll have a workflow to capture everything in your collection. So let's check it out. Hey, I'm Twistie from TwistieOnBass. This channel is for bass players who want a rig that they can trust. And today, we're going to go deep on one of the most useful things you can do with the Darkglass Anagram. If you haven't seen part 1 of this series, I'll link it in the description above. But in short, the EBS Billy Sheehan pedal is my favorite distortion pedal, and it gives me part of what I think is my distinctive tone. But running it via the Anagram's effects loop was adding cables, a separate power supply, and a point of failure that I didn't really want on stage. Plus, it made my fly rig bulky. Having it as a NAM capture removed all of that. Now, what are you going to need for this process? Well, the Darkglass Anagram, a computer, a digital audio workspace or DAW, and a free Tone3000 account. That's it. Oh, and something to capture. For this video, I'm going to use Reaper as the DAW, but the process will work with your favorite DAW. So let's go through it step by step. If you're like me, the barrier to capturing your gear isn't the concept. Most anagram owners know that captures exist and are available to download. The barrier is that the process involves a few moving parts. You need a DAW, you need a plug-in, specific routing, a reamp device. And if you haven't done it before, the setup looks more complicated than it actually is. I actually spent more time reading about how to do this than actually doing it. Once I ran through it the first time, it took under an hour from setup to a loaded capture on the anagram. And a lot of that was me fumbling through it. There are lots of videos out there that skip over the process, which can make it feel very daunting. So I've built this walkthrough to give you the actual steps in order with the specific settings that I found would work. Now, the first time I tried this, I had the routing all wrong. Now, it was physically cabled correctly. The sweep signal was going out through the right channel, and the anagram was sending processed audio back through the monitors so I could hear it, but I wasn't capturing it on the track that I wanted to record. It must have been about 20 minutes trying to work out why the capture sounded nothing like the pedal, or why I wasn't capturing at all. I tell you, ChatGPT got a bit of a workout going through that. The fix was 2 routing changes in Reaper, 30 seconds, and it was done. So I'm going to show you those 2 settings specifically so you don't have to find them the hard way like I did. Now, the 3 things to sort out before you even open your DAW. And as I said, I'm using Reaper as my DAW of choice. It's low cost to license, and in fact, there's a free trial version which doesn't ever seem to expire. It works on a Mac and a PC. Now, I'm on a Mac in this workthrough, but the routing steps will be the same with Windows. The second thing you'll need to do is to create a free Tone3000 account and download the Tone3000 sweep file. This is the test signal that Tone3000 uses to learn how your pedal responds, that then gets the processor in the cloud to sort out. You get it from the Tone3000 website, and there's a link in the description below, which produces a WAV file. The third thing you need to do is connect your anagram to the computer via the USB-C. After you've done this, the anagram now functions as the audio interface for your gear. On the Mac, there's no extra drivers and no special reamp hardware required. On Windows, there may be a requirement for an audio driver to get the anagram to work, but there's no other hardware you need. Once you've configured this up, this now allows the anagram to be both the audio interface and for the recording and the reamp hardware. So you don't need another box. It's the connection that allows Reaper to send the sweep signal through the anagram and then out through your effects processing back into Reaper to record that signal. So unlike other platforms, there's no need to buy a reamping box. You have it all in your anagram. One other thing to note is that you can capture a pedal, an amp, or a full bass rig that includes the amp, the cab, the compression, and the distortions. In our case, I'm only going to capture the distortion pedal. So make sure when you're doing this, you keep a clean path, or everything on that path will be part of the capture, which means every preset you load will have that cab or that amp baked in as well as the pedal settings. What you want is that clean signal coming back that you can then affect with your pedal. To set this up, open Reaper and set the anagram as your audio interface. Go to Preferences, then Audio Device, and select the Darkglass Anagram from the device list. Unlike me, you might only have the anagram listed if you don't have another audio interface as well. Now set up the two tracks. Track 1 is the sweep file, so copy that WAV file into that track. Under that track's routing settings, add a new hardware output and select output 9, which is the USB audio interface. And this is the channel that Anagram uses to send the USB audio out of your DAW into the anagram. Output 9 is not the default. You need to set up manually for this step. The default is out 1 and 2, or out the master. So make sure you disable those so that signal doesn't go out through your monitors. It only goes where you want it to go. You need to set this manually, and this is the first step that catches most people out. In fact, this is the step that had me guessing for quite a while. Now set up track 2, which is your recording track. Now set this to the input as processed left. And this is the channel that Anagram sends the processed audio back through, following through your entire signal path, going through, out to your effects send, and back and out through the anagram into that track. And that would be the one that you would normally set up if you were recording your bass guitar. But instead of the bass, I'm now recording an audio sound. So these two routing choices, output 9 and input processed left, are the whole thing. Everything else in this setup is standard recording or home studio DAW operation. If you're finding this useful, hit the subscribe button so you can get notified of new videos on the channel as they come out. Now, before you hit record, make sure your pedal is connected, it's powered on. The signal chain here is Reaper track 1 sending through output 9 or the USB channel out to the anagram's effects send, to the pedal, out of the pedal back into the FX return, processed by the anagram, and returned back to the computer via the USB to processed left. Set the record region to match the length of the sweep file on track 1. In Reaper, I set the record mode to time selected auto punch, set the length to the same as that on track 1, and arm track 2. Now, this isn't a necessary step, but as the WAV file you produce has to be the exact same size as the WAV file that you're recording from, then I found this was the best way to make sure they were exactly the same. I'd hit record and it would stop exactly at the end. So, hit record. The sweep takes a few minutes depending on the length of the file, and you'll see the waveform building on track 2 as it starts to record. If you're not seeing anything coming through, that's where you double check that you've got output 9 set, otherwise it ain't gonna work. The waveform that produces on track 2 is the captured response of your pedal to that signal. So now it's time to upload it. To render the new file, go to File, then Render, and set these values. Again, your DAW might be different to Reaper, but these are the values you need to output. Have the sample rate at 48,000, the channel set to mono, the format to WAV file, and the bit depth to 24-bit PCM. Export the file or render the file and you'll get a WAV file. Now go back to Tone3000's website and log in. Capture your tone by uploading the WAV file. It'll ask you to fill in some metadata around the pedal name, the settings you had on, any notes about it, and a photo of the unit. So Tone3000 or the NAM processor will process the upload and it will generate a NAM file. It takes a few minutes, and when it's done, you'll have a downloadable .nam file. Now to get this onto your anagram, open the Darkglass suite on your computer with your anagram still connected. Go to the Assets Loader, then Neural Models. Click Add a New File, and when prompted for the category, pick pedal in my case, or if you've done your amp, pick amp. Select the downloaded file from your computer, and Darkglass Suite will transfer it to your anagram. Once you're on the anagram, open the preset you want to use this capture in, add the neural pedal block or the neural amp block, depending on what you've categorized it as. Navigate to the NAM model list and select the capture that you want to load. You'll see there's a few that have been uploaded by default from the manufacturer, Darkglass, but the one I want is here. That's it. The capture is now on the unit where you want it to be in your signal path. Now it's time to validate it. Play through the capture and A/B it against the original pedal. Connect the physical pedal via the effects loop the way you had it, play the same phrase, and then switch to the capture. Do this a few times and see what you can tell the difference. What I found was the capture was a lot louder than what I'd captured, and so I just had to turn down the output volume of the loader module. Once I got the volume right, to me, they sounded exactly the same. Now, for most players at most gain settings, the match is close enough that the difference won't matter in a live mix. Where it does matter though is at very high gain, the EBS pushes hard, where the capture can lose some of the edge character. Now you'll see I keep my drive right down and I've got my output volume set to about 6 decibels when I'm recording. So capturing it at that level holds up really well in the testing that I did. As I said, you'll need to adjust the output level of the neural amp loader block to match the bypass level, and in my case I had to drop it back quite a lot. It was very loud. But apart from the output volume, that's all I had to change. Everything else was captured exactly how my pedal was. The FX loop cables are gone, the power supply is free, the pedal is still in my rig, it's just not there physically. The first time I set this up, it took about an hour, sorting out the anagram as my audio interface and which of the inputs and outputs were. But now that you know those, it'll take you about 15 minutes to do the capture. So any pedal that you own that you want in the anagram without cables, this is how you put it there. If this EBS Ultra Drive is a pedal that you're curious about or you want to get access to, let me know in the comments and I'll make it publicly available. If not, it's just my capture. Just remember that my file is the way I like the pedal set up, very low drive. If you want it more aggressive or the boost switch on, etc., then that will require multiple captures. Now, if you haven't seen it yet, check out this video next. Catch ya.